Okay guys, this video is about dividing integers. So because division is the inverse of multiplication, inverse is a fancy way of saying opposite, the rules for sign of whether something is positive or negative will be related to multiplication. So it's helpful to think of fact families or inverse operations when you're thinking about what the answer to a division problem would be. So 3 times negative 4, we remember that a positive times a negative equals a negative, so this would be negative 12. So when we think about the reverse, when we think about negative 12 divided by negative 4, we've got a negative divided by a negative, it's going to equal 3 because we know that 3 times negative 4 equals negative 12. So negative 4 times 3 equals negative 12. We can kind of see that in the division problem. And negative 12 divided by 3 would equal the other number, the other factor, negative 4. So let's look at that in this case. If we have a negative times a negative, we know that's going to equal a positive 12. So if we do the inverse operation and think about 12 divided by one of these factors, then we know that it's going to equal the other factor. So 12, positive 12 divided by a negative 4, positive divided by a negative equals a negative, which is kind of like our multiplication. A positive times a negative equals a negative. And up here we see a negative divided by a negative equals a positive, kind of like a negative times a negative equals a positive. So you can see the same rules are sort of applying here. And when we think about the inverse operations of a division problem, we can really think about more clearly what the result of a division equation will be. So 12 divided by negative 4 equals negative 3. 12 divided by negative 3 will also equal negative 4. So when dividing integers, follow the same rules as multiplying. And I'll pause there.